Arsenal are 6 points clear at the top of the Premier League, and for most clubs, that's where fans start polishing the trophy. But Arsenal fans, they're not relaxed, not even close, because chasing them is Manchester City, football's version of a final boss that just keeps on respawning. And we've seen how this story goes before. So here's the question that might decide the entire title race. What if Arsenal's defence isn't the reason they win the league, but their attack is? Let's break it down. When I was last on the Different Knock Plus, so it was an instant reaction for Sunderland, George asked me about the importance of goal difference. In tight title races, there's a silent tiebreaker that no one kind of talks about enough, and that is goal difference. And at the time of him asking me it, I did think to myself, is it really that important? Are Arsenal actually going to need goal difference to beat them? And I started kind of diving in a little deeper. So 2 match days ago, City actually led Arsenal in this category, despite being behind on points. Then came 180 minutes that flipped everything. We had the 4-0 win at Leeds, and then we had the 3-0 against Sunderland. 7 scored, none conceded. Now, Arsenal sit at plus 32, 5 clear of Man City. And that 5-goal swing might not sound huge, but when you hear what history says about teams leading this stat by February, it becomes massive. And we'll get into that in a minute. Because first, we need to talk about how Arsenal actually are winning games. For most of the season, Arsenal have been controlled. They're efficient, professional, narrow. Before Leeds, 53.3% of the wins were by 1 goal. They weren't blowing teams away. We were managing teams. Defensively, we've been absolutely ridiculous. Just 16.6 expected goals conceded, over 10 better than Man City. Meanwhile, City were doing it in a completely different manner. City were steamrolling teams. Half the wins were by 3 goals or more. And that really did create some narrative. Arsenal had a handbrake on. Arsenal weren't able to blow away teams. But something's changed in the last 2 games. And one player in particular is driving that shift. Victor Gyökeres. Slow start, questions everywhere, comments about him wearing jeans, but since the start of the new year, he's on fire. 6 goals in all competitions, more than any Premier League player in that span. And it's not just individual form. Arsenal's open play threat has completely surged. For a team that everyone was going on about being unable to score anything but a corner, here we go. And only at Manchester United, of all teams, have scored more open play goals than Arsenal's 8 since 2026 began. They now have 49 league goals, just 2 behind City. So the Arsenal lack firepower debate, dead. But here's where it gets really interesting, because history suggests that these kind of attacking surges could be a title-winning omen. Let's go historical for a second. Some of you are probably as old as I am and probably know quite a lot about the Premier League seasons. So in 33 Premier League seasons, the team with the best goal difference after 25 games has won the title 25 times at 75.7% success rate. 3 out of 4 seasons. So if you dominate both boxes by February, you usually lift the trophy in May. But Arsenal fans will be thinking one thing right now. We've heard stats like this before. And to be fair, you're right to be cautious if you're one of those people, because there's still one looming factor that could flip this entire race. The next 10 days are crucial. Brentford away, Wolves away, then Wigan in the cup. And Wolves are, admittedly, at the bottom of the table. But that means an opportunity. not just to win, but to actually win big, because every extra goal piles pressure on Man City, a City side that's already dropped points to Tottenham. And if Arsenal build the cushion even further, it sets up what could be the single biggest title decider of the season. Because might all come down to this: Man City versus Arsenal at the Etihad. If Arsenal arrive there level on points or slightly ahead, the goal difference cushion could actually be priceless. Arsenal's defence built this title charge, but their attack, that might finish it. So let me ask you, is a +5 goal difference enough insurance? Or does the title get decided at the Etihad no matter what? Drop your prediction in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, hit a like, subscribe, and stick around, because this title race is only getting started. I'm Forward on Football. You guys know football. I just talk it. I'll see you in the next one.